Welcome back to Masters of the Nerdiverse Top 10, where we take a look at our 10 favorite things in the entire Nerdiverse. I'm, of course, Master of the Nerdiverse, Mike G. And with me is the Master of the Nerdiverse, the Jedi Counselor himself, the man we simply call Wash. What's going on, sir?
What is up? We are back. Top 10. I mean, top 10 of top 10s. When we talk about top 10s, it's like, what are difficult top 10s? This is a difficult top 10.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah.
this was not what I'm going to consider to be. Yeah, I got my top 10, and thus, it. I'm wondering if there's room for a top 50 somewhere,
if we
I
if we
mean,
only had the time. If we only
it's
had the
like
time.
a segment. We'll just each month we'll dole out another 10 to you. So, um, just a wealth of choices within this genre, and yeah, something I enjoy doing. So I'm excited to talk about it, and yeah.
Yeah. Talk about picking your children, right? It's kind of like, all right, I've been gaming since I was 0 years old, so I have to combat decades worth of nostalgia versus actual character development versus character and popularity. There's so many things you have to factor in when choosing a favorite character. So I wanted to ask you before we get started with anything, what was your criteria on a five top 10 character?
You want to know what, Mike? That's a really good question because I didn't give myself enough time to do this project. Like we've had this on our plate for a total of, I want to say like 6 days, maybe
Roughly.
five.
Yeah.
And when I got to thinking about it by like day three, I'm like, oh, there's like 20, 30 right down. And so I'm like, ah, it's cool. No, we'll get it worked out. So doing the dishes and thinking about it, and I'm like, no, you know what? I don't think that's gonna work. I think we need to take a pen to paper and like sit down and like put some hardcore names down that we're gonna have to think about. So then I had to shred it even a tad bit further. And through that, it's like, what is my criteria? Is it
Yeah.
is it based upon the game? Is it based upon my experience? What in the world is this based upon? So, um, when I get down to my top five, and had we had 45 days to do it, I don't know. They might have been a different top five. You know what I mean? I might have came up with something else. But under what we did it in, I picked the characters and there's themes that relate, even though the genres and decades like span, the themes of the characters kind of remain the same. So for me, I think it came down to stakes, baby. I think it came down to stakes, baby, stakes.
Stakes. Interesting.
And, it's a conversation we always come back to, at least on my end. And, there's a lot of games, there's a lot of characters. Not all you care about.
Yeah. It's
Bubsy?
funny. Bubsy, not so much.
No, no, no. I don't know what he's doing.
What's Bubsy been up to in 2026? Did he make it out of COVID? I don't know. We need to hashtag checking on Bubsy.
I'm sure
Um,
he's someone's favorite, you know what I
Gotta be.
mean? But
There's a guy
but
right now raging with a Bubsy tattoo on
yes.
on his throat. Just like how dare you besmirch the name of Bubsy? And to
Yes.
him, I say more power to him. You know what I mean? I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum, dog. Um, a reason I asked that question is because I kind of cheated when I kind of came up with my list. Because there's certain characters that just there, right? Maybe one or two that I'm like, all right, off the top of my head, I just know. But like you, I just started kind of falling into a rabbit hole of like what is important to me that makes this a top 10 character. So I went back and looked at my list of top 10 video games of all time
Mhm.
that me and you did many, 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 many moons ago. And I used that list as a kind of like a foundation to my old man brain who maybe is not able to re- recess all of these games, and it helped out a lot for me to
I
drill
think you
this
said
down.
the key word is foundation, and I think that's something that's needed when we're talking about like this depth of conversation and the two of us. Had you had two, like, you get another horror guy here and you guys say, what's your top five horror films? There's a foundation that you need to draw from before you begin picking your choices. So I appreciate that word. Good word.
Absolutely, thank you. Yeah, just one of those things where it's like there's certain top 10s that are just so heavy. Top 10 movies, right? Top 10 musicians, top 10 video game characters. It's like you can't just think of it, right? You have to chew it up, chew it over a little bit. And we did have about a week's time. Usually we give ourselves about a week's time with Lores. We give ourselves a little bit longer because we have to do our proper research. And I didn't realize how much we bit off more than we can chew with a thing like this. Once I had to cheat and resort to old Mike to get answers, you know what I'm saying? So I think our lists are going to be very different, but it's going to tell a lot about each of us. I think it's going to be a very good list.
Well, we're on the same page because I was like, dude, this is lore. I need 3 weeks for this.
Yeah,
like this
yeah,
is where we're at on it all. And then when I start getting into like my research, what I'm going to talk about, this, that, and the other, and it's like, damn, I could spend some time in some of these worlds right now, very easily
yeah.
kill, you know, 60 hours. Bam.
Re- Revisiting why I love this character. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, it was one of those we did it so nonchalantly. Video game characters, that'll be easy. And then, like, after, like you said, Tuesday, I was just like, I got one character for sure down, and everybody else is fighting in an arena, and it's like, who didn't make it? Is some vicious cuts. That's why I don't do honorable mentions because it's like if you didn't make it, you didn't make it, and it
Hard
sucked.
cuts. Hard did we say hard cuts? Is it the
Hashtag hard
Philippine
cuts. Yeah,
hashtag hard cuts? Yeah.
that's that's
No.
for that's shout outs to random select. That's a random select coined thing.
In fact, I'll probably, like, after just thinking about this, we're gonna have to do another video game thing just
Yeah.
because there's so much I left here that I feel bad. It's like, how did I not mention some of these
And what
people?
sucks, just to explain how this works, is that me and Watch don't even get 10. We get 5 and 5, and it makes 10. So Watch has to pick his top 5 characters of all time. I pick my top 5 characters of all time, and it makes the top 10. That's how we're doing it here. So we're not sitting here with 20 characters. I think that's a little bloated. So I think that way we can nice, clean, tight, real top 10, right? You know what
Yeah,
I'm
buddy.
saying? So it's
Do you have any tattoos of your characters out of curiosity?
I have
Or
one
would you
tattoo,
okay.
what I and it's not video game related. Yeah.
Okay. Would you get any of your a tattoo of your characters? Because that is something I thought about. I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
would I get a tattoo of this
At least
character?
2 of them. At least
At
2.
least two. All
I
right.
want tattoos up before I expire off this earth.
There you go.
For sure. So, are you ready to jump into these lists, my man?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Stoked to see what you got.
Perfect. Before we get started, want to just remind everybody to like our content. If you like this stuff we put out, subscribe to the channel so that you're made aware when new content goes live on the channel, and comment. Who did we miss out? We're gonna piss a lot of people off with our lists because I can tell you my list is what some would deem a natural. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Let's get into it. Starting off with Wash's number effing 5. Cecil Harvey from Final Fantasy IV. Take it away, bro. Why?
Or Final Fantasy II for those of us in the know and who are actually old and played this on Super Nintendo.
Ah,
So, um, ironic you say your list because the top 10 video games of all time, this was a hard pick for me. This was a hashtag hard cut. Some names got left behind for sure in this five spot. And Cecil Harvey deserves this spot. First off, full disclosure, my favorite video game of all time, Final Fantasy 3. Not
interesting.
2, 3.
Yeah,
2 is epic in freaking story though. This is why this character stuck with me since I was 14 years old, 13 years old. When I think about grand adventures and you talk to me about video games and video game characters, Cecil always pops in my head. Why does Cecil pop into my head? This dude went through it. He he was a soldier for the bad guys just to make life easy. Soldier for the bad guys, did a bunch of bad things, had his sins turned upon his eyes, and he's like, I don't
I don't
think
like
I'm
what I
that. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think
like
I'm
what I
that good of a
see.
person.
Yeah.
Am I not that good of a person? So it took him on a journey of self-discovery, and you think I'm lying? Nah, everything is earned in Final Fantasy 2. I was
Mhm.
watching some streams of it, and I saw some dudes at the end with 2,700 health, and I'm like, nah, bro, I don't know how you're beating this right now. You know what I mean? You're like reload, because you're just dying at that
Over
level.
and
You got
over
to
and over
put in
again.
your time with this crew. And Cecil Harvey stands out to become the leader of this ragtag. I want to say there's about 9 or 10 different characters in that game in total. 9 or 10 different characters. This ragtag group of adventurers who are all in it for their own. It's very Star Wars is they're all in it for their own like deal, but they all form under the banner of Cecil Harvey and his story of redemption. And thus, when the world literally flips inside out, and you're like, I've been playing this like 25, 30 hours already, and then the game like flips, and you're like, oh, what is this? And it's harder. Cecil's there, right?
Mhm.
Cecil has to deal with everything he knows. Literally is like lying to him. He's like, I'm your friend. Ha ha ha, I'm the bad guy. Dude watches some twins kill themselves in his name trying to save his ass. And he has to carry this burden. And when we get to the end of this story and the grand one of the great endings of a video game, in my opinion, just because they handle it very fable-ish, where they give you the overview of kind of what everyone's just doing, and it's literally a flyby. And
Mhm.
Cecil ain't he's in charge, but he's still Cecil. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the robes. He hasn't turned turned into what he was going to become in the first place. And so his journey from hero to paladin, the blue hair, the
Mhm.
dope ass silver cape, and then just running around with Excalibur, and fools.
Yeah.
Nah,
Whew.
bro. Cecil Harvey all day long. And much to my chagrin, just found out that Final Fantasy II Remake is going to be hitting Xbox Live here February 4th, give or take. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. But after this conversation, and then I saw that, I'm like, I think I'm going to have to get back in it. Sorry, Jordan. Cecil Harvey.
Yeah, man. Now was Cecil in 4 or is he more prominent in 2?
No,
I don't know
two.
where okay, I don't know why my resources because I didn't recognize the name, mind you,
Uh,
because I'm one of those kids whose first Final Fantasy was 7. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
And
And
that's
seven is where I kind of dropped off because I was like, my Final Fantasy's dead. I did play seven. I played X2, X2 13, but and just actually I'm not gonna shout out. There is another character in this game that almost took this spot. But
mhm, I love that.
Cecil Harvey takes this spot. So that
Now
is my number five pick.
for Cecil, I played I fought him, I believe in Final Fantasy 14. He shows up as like
Okay.
kind of like a fightable boss because he's like the legendary warrior of light, right? Is that
Yes. Well, that's what he becomes. He was
yeah.
essentially just a normal, well, a high end like imperial guard, for
Mhm.
sake of better words, and he winds up killing some folks who are in his groups like family, and yeah, he's forced to face
Man,
his sins, and
that's such a dark spot in my nerddom is like all the 2D Final Fantasies, like 1
oh.
through pretty much 1 through 6, including Tactics. I just wasn't on the radar of, you know what I'm saying?
Tactics, Mystic Quest, all
Mystic
great
Quest,
games. They
Crystal
did
Chronicles, man, like,
Crystal
ugh,
Chronicles, another one.
ugh.
Damn. Um, they are redoing all of them, I guess, on Xbox because I knew they dropped part one like about 2 weeks ago. But part one, white mage, black mage, like it didn't grab me the way Final Fantasy II ended up grabbing me, and then
Mhm.
Cecil's story. And that being said, I mean, this character stayed with me now. It's been freaking damn near 30 years, and
That's
I
how it
remember
be.
this character. Like, who's this fighting? Cecil? Who? Yeah,
That's
bro,
funny.
Cecil.
When I first looked at your list, I did not recognize the name at all. I was like, "Who's Cecil?" He sounds like the guy from Invincible, you know what I mean? Cecil, the ones that has
Yeah.
the trademark. And I looked up, I was like, "Oh, crap. Wash is digging deep." Like, okay. I was not familiar with your game. So, yeah, it's hard to beat a really good Final Fantasy protagonist. And I think everybody, depending on when you were born, has their Final Fantasy protagonist. For me, it's really Cloud Strife because of Seven, right? He
Absolutely.
barely didn't make, Cloud Strife was one of those such an important characters. And it's like everybody has their guy or girl for that matter. Some people would even say lightning, but to them, I pray for them, and I hope they seek the help that they deserve. But Cecil, I'm never gonna roll up, kick out of bed a warrior of light. You know what I'm saying? They're just too real,
No,
especially when
bro.
it's
I'm
yeah.
glad to hear he popped up in Final Fantasy 14. I was wondering if they ever did anything with this
Oh,
character because I've
if
never
you
heard of him again, like within the series, and it's like such a shame. He's so freaking awesome. He
if you ever just
Final
want
Fantasy 2
like
is a journey. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 14 is a love letter to the entire series, man. It's like you can pretty much get a taste of all of them in there. So at some places, man, it's so good. I'm happy Final Fantasy made this list. Um, you know, no, not a precursor to my list, but I'm just happy it made the list because Final Fantasy is super important. All right, my number five, my number five, my number five, my number five. Boop. My number five from the Fallout series, dog meat. Good old dog meat. Now you may say, of all time, Mike, really? A companion character? Here's the thing, Doug. Here's the thing, dog. Dog meat is my favorite companion character of all time, of any game, of any
Wow.
series. Mind you, I played thousands of hours of Fallout across the entire series. Went back and played one, two, right? Just because I needed to understand. And you know who was there every single time, right by your side? Dog meat. You know what I mean? It's the most simplest companion in the world. You find dog meat at a rocket gas station, and he's just by your side. You can kit dog meat out. Any companion that's just any dog that's just going to run up and bite the ankle of a death claw while you're struggling to reload and buy you that precious time is a companion that I need by my side. He and what's cool about dog meat is that he's one of the only companions in the series that can actually die. So you kind of protect
Mm.
dog meat as well because some your companions, let's say in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 will be downed, but dog meat can permanently be killed.
Mm.
So in the back of your head, like, man, I got to protect dog meat. I got to keep an eye on dog meat because the only way, and what's crazy is if he passes away, you can get a perk that's dog meat's pups, where you can go back. You can get an actual perk in the game, and it lets you get dog, but it's not the same dog meat.
It's
It's
not
dog
the
meat
same.
2. It's dog meat 3. It's his kids. So it's like you care so much about this companion and you're so kind of freaked out by him. And I've had so many legendary saves because I'm on my last clip. I'm fighting an alpha death claw in a cave. I got to start all the way over. The death claw's about to swipe me. Here comes dog meat to distract him for that extra second I need it to pull out my shish kebab or something and slay the monster. I love dog meat so much. He is my favorite companion character of all time. I had sat there and thought, I was like, out of all the Fallout companions, who's your favorite? Is it Fox, the super mutant? Is it the shape shifting um um uh NPR character who wears he's like not a shapeshifter, but he spies on you through the entire game of New Vegas. His name was Boone. Remember Boone?
Oh
And
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
he's
yeah,
a
yeah,
weirdo.
yeah,
He's
yeah,
super
yeah. I
interesting.
forgot all about him.
He
Yeah,
he he shows up at different parts of the game before you find him because he's spying on you.
yeah,
He's like a triple agent. It's so freaking cool. He's such a cool character.
yeah.
But Dog meat is the best. How do and he's on the new series too. He's on the Fallout TV series. It's like, yeah, dog meat is the best companion character of all time and deserves his flowers on this list.
Does dog meat level up? Facts. I never used dog meat. As soon as I got
Oh,
no in
blasphemy.
all in
You've never used dog
I
meat?
in any run, and we're talking double digit runs in both games. I've never
How?
as soon as the dog comes, I'm like, go away, man. I have no time
What?
for you.
Dog
Yes,
meat
I
is
have no
so
time for you.
clutch, dude.
That is so I'm like, you're telling me, he would have helped with a death claw?
Yes.
That might
He
have
get
been helpful.
certain games he can like fetch like ammo and guns and
Yeah.
stuff. Like he's
No.
so useful to
I
have at your
did know about
side.
that perk. I do because I remember seeing that perk, but I was like, "No, bro, I never travel with dog meat. No,
What's
absolutely
crazy
not."
is you can still have your full companion set and have dog meat. So you can have your two other companions that normally are aside
With
you
dog meat.
with dog meat. So it's like
Ah,
there's nothing stopping you from just having the dog unless you just don't want dog meat around, which is totally cool. But no, dog I search out a dog meat every single time because it's a puppy, dude. It's dog meat. He's a German Shepherd. He's too real. He saves the day multiple times. He saved my ass so many damn times that I can't count. It's like just the
he
best.
is he pretty good in the series as well?
Yes, there's dog meat side quests and stuff like that. You got to go back to where he was born, where he was like raised by raiders and they treated him bad and stuff like that. You got to go kick
Ah,
their ass. You know what I'm saying? For dog meat's sake, and he levels up, and you get dog meat perks and stuff like that.
really?
Dog meat's the realest, dude. Depend I think 4 was more like that. 4 he had crazy perks. Because you got every companion you get to do the side quest and you add an additional perk, like a secret perk that they give you. You know what I mean? Like Cassidy would give you like an extra round of ammo when you run out or something like that. And
I
Boom would let you see further out than everybody else. Like your VATS was stronger.
I did not know any of that about. I just knew he was by your hot slot and kind of helpful. Like
Dog meat is the realest.
that's it. That's
Dog
funny.
meat is dog. The dog assists the player in combat and scavenging. Dog meat is there. Dog meat doesn't talk back. He's not going to get upset. He's not going to talk trash when you die. Dog meat is the best, dog. He's the best. He's actually the realest. He's
Well,
the
maybe
best.
Fallout 5.
They cannot not have dog meat, dog. He's got to be there somewhere. I find him every game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if dog meat is in 76. I didn't get that far.
Ooh,
That's a good question. 'Cause I know we were on 76 for a while, but I didn't fully level my character, so I don't know.
I
We
honestly think
must
about
be.
76 all the time, to be frankly honest with you. It is one of those games, if I ever just caught the flu, and that was probably
Yeah,
not the
just
best thing
turn
to
your brain
say,
off.
but it's
Yeah,
like,
turn your
no.
yeah.
But yeah, dude, 76, good time.
Good times, man. Love me some damn dog meat, man. That's my boy. Dog meat. I would name my dog if I got a new dog. I might name my dog meat, dog. But that's a fucked up name to name a dog.
That
But
is
it's a
kind of a messed up dog to
yeah.
name the name of dog,
Because
but
anybody who doesn't know, it's like, man, that's a messed up name. It's
who
dog
named
meat.
dog meat?
That's a good question. Dog meat has been around since one.
Okay.
So I think it was like the original. No, the I think the way it goes is that your created character finds dog meat, you know, at the race car, and he was named dog meat by his previous owner, who was the Raiders, who were assholes because they were going to eat dog meat. That's why they called him dog meat. So you had to
Ah,
go back there and whoop their butts because they're if dog meat didn't escape, he was going to be eaten by the Raiders. So
gotcha.
they just called him dog meat. It's messed up. I will fight anyone. I will march in the hell over dog meat, dude. Don't get me started.
Damn.
Ain't no damn way. Number 4, this guy ain't playing around. The legendary Street Fighter series character Ryu. What's interesting? On your list, you named him Ryu
Yeah.
Takaguchi or Takasaki, but I
Takazaki, yeah.
but I've always known him as Ryu Habiki. So he has two different last names, which is interesting
Huh.
because I've always known him as Ryu Habiki, but he's also known as Ryu Taka, right? So it's like it's interesting. I learned something new about Ryu in making this list.
It's like his one is fighting name and one is his normal name, Clark Kent,
Proper name.
Superman.
Yeah,
Like,
his
oh
proper
shit,
name.
Ryu. Oh, Takazumi. Oh, damn,
Oh,
no.
damn, he's gonna kick my ass.
Yeah.
Habiki, he's gonna like do your taxes for you. You know what I mean? His day job.
Yeah.
Why
So,
number
yes.
4, dude?
Number 4, why you made this list? Why did Ryu make this list? I don't play a ton of fighting games. Nope. But you want to know why Ryu made this list? Because he's the one of one. He's the
Yeah,
one of one. He's the one of freaking one. You walk up to any fighting game as a newbie, whatever, you look at it, you go, who's the guy who looks like Ryu? And I'm gonna try him out because I know that he's gonna be balanced,
gonna be
right? And
solid.
I'm
He's gonna
not,
be
I'm not
solid.
wrong.
Yeah,
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 I'm not wrong.
1000%.
I'm not
Yeah,
wrong in this at all.
no.
So he's just the one of one. Why do I like him more? Is because he's a Jedi. He's a martial artist. He's a freaking
Oh, that's a good
samurai.
point. That's a
He's
good point.
all about discipline. He's all about the unwilling fighter. He doesn't want to fight. He's not trying to prove himself for fortune or glory. He's backed in the corners. They're like, you gotta fight. He's like, fine, I'll whip your ass. Whatever. Then he walks away like the ending of Street Fighter 2. One of those things that just always
Yeah,
remember. It gets done beating in Bison's ass. What do you see him do? Just walking down the street.
he dudes, they take the fight money.
Like,
He just leaves
that's it. Just
barefoot.
leaves. Do,
Yeah,
do, do.
barefoot. On to the next adventure, dog.
Yeah, man, I need to go do some push-ups. I need to get it in. You know what I mean? I need
Yeah,
to get that
yeah.
work in.
You guys
So,
celebrate. I'm gonna go get stronger, dude. You know.
with a lot of my characters are things that, I try to aspire to in life. Things that I like. I like Jedi. Nothing wrong with wanting to be a Jedi. You want to be Ryu? That's not a
Nothing wrong with
bad
that.
thing to want to be. You know what I mean? It's not a bad role model or aspiration to have. So why did he make this list? Because he really does get down to the 101. And that's kind of what it came down to. Like
Yeah.
he like I I just don't envision a world where like Ken is the one of one. Do
Nah.
you?
There's
You're a
no.
Street Fighter guy. Is
I have
Ken the one
I,
of one
I have
ever?
things to say about this pick because I love Ryu with all my heart and spirit. Ken, you can tell a lot of there's certain video. Okay, first, I mean, I got dang it. There's certain. Okay, back it up. I could do a list of top 10 fighting game characters so damn easy because
Oh,
they mean so much to me, and maybe that's something we do in the future. Fighting game characters is almost his own damn list because they're so important. And there's certain characters where I can tell your personality based on your choice. Are you a Ryu guy or are you a Ken guy? I'm a Ryu guy. I'm literally wearing gray with the glass. I'm dressed like Ryu today. God, I didn't even try to do that. That's dumb. Are you a Sub
fuck.
Zero or are you a Scorpion guy? It tells me a lot about your personality. And Ryu is the quintessential karate man. He is. Some people say he's boring, and I don't like to think of him that way. Ryu is disciplined. He's like John Wick. He's disciplined, and he is a great example of I am my own. I have no rivals. I am my rival.
Yes.
He gets the dark Hado, becomes evil Ryu, and fights it back through the power of discipline. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? Evil Ryu is a whole thing where he starts to get drunk off the idea of getting stronger to the point where he turns evil and gets demonic and becomes, evil Ryu with with the Satsui no Hado and all that crazy. Don't get me
Yeah,
started.
buddy. Yeah.
When he beats it with the
Preach.
power. He beats it with the power of productivity, light, and effing just raw focus and will. Ryu is such a character to look up to. He is, like you said, any Ryu like in any fighting game, it's going to be solid. They're going to they're going to be pretty much the pinnacle of what this game wants to teach you. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? You learn Ryu, you learn the cast, right?
And that's it. To think about that in gaming, in all of gaming, right? There's not a lot of all right, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle arcade game. If you played that game, have you played the X-Men arcade game? Not necessarily. You know what I mean? If you played Ryu and you go play Blaze Blue, guess what?
There's a
You know
Ryu
how to
there.
play. There's a Ryu there.
Yeah,
There's a Ryu there. You know how to
100%.
play 'em. Yeah,
Yeah, you play
100%.
Tekken? Trust me, there's a Ryu there.
Yeah.
And find your Ryu. He's there. He's very obvious. He's usually the main character that is there as almost like he's a tutorial to the game. If you can get down the fundamentals with Ryu, you can get down the fundamentals with anybody.
And Ryu was the character in the
Street
original
Fighter
OG
1.
Street
It's
Fighter,
funny.
right?
He was the original. He was the Mario. Ken was Luigi. Ken was
Yeah.
just a color swap, but Ken Masters ended up becoming his own character. But it was Ryu, the quintessential kung fu barefoot. All he has is this duffel bag, no money, walking down the street looking for the next adventure. Dog, he's too real. It's
Yeah.
Ryu, man. He's my favorite. Outside, like Blanca's my personal freak pick of Street Fighter. That's just how it is. But it's next is Ryu. It's because Ryu is just so quintessential. You can't get any more solid than that. Ryu is Superman. He's just like, you want truth, justice, in the fighting game way. It's Ryu. You know,
Yeah.
he's the best.
He's the best.
I'm so
So
happy you put this character on this
yeah,
list.
that's why he's there. That's why you get 4, Ryu. I'm as shocked as anybody, but hell, I did the list and I
Hell,
thought about it. So
no,
yeah, that's
Ryu's the
why you're
realest.
there, bro.
I'm telling you, we got to do a whole nother damn list of just fighting game characters,
Oh,
man.
man.
Ryu would be top 5 for me, top 3. He's just so important, man. He's important. Like Ryu is such an important fighting game character that he's almost a blueprint for all fighting games moving forward. Because there was no fighting games when Street Fighter 1 was out. Street Fighter
And this is what
2
I was about
is
to
what created
ask.
the fighting
Like
game.
Street Fighter, like with Ryu, that was the first
Yes.
fighting game in the arcade, with the exception of Karate Fighter, I
But what's
suppose, on
was it
like
re it
Nintendo.
was it
Was that
really kind of like you were talking about like the now you're talking about these like the origins of hip hop. Where does hip hop start?
yeah,
Does
all
hip
right.
hop start here or does it start there? Like
All right.
kind of, but it's like that. Ryu, I say, is the unofficial,
Yeah,
official birth of fighting games.
yeah.
And
All
he's
right.
and you can't get more simple than that. You know what I mean?
What a one.
So such a good ass answer. God damn it. All right. Number 4. My number 4. HK-47 of the frickin' Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic series. Oh, here's the thing. HK-47, right? A lot of, and this is back to what my criteria was of a favorite character, because it's hard to pick, let's say, Darth Revan, who spoiler alert, that's you, bro. You're Darth Revan, right? But you don't know because you're all brainwashed and whatnot. Like main characters in RPGs are hard to pick because it's just you, right? You're the main character. So it's hard for me to like, oh, I'm my favorite. No, I like these side characters. I like the companion pieces. I like the villains because they're the characters actually get to be written out. In HK-47 is such a simple, maybe it's just I like simple but yet complex characters. He's so deliciously chaotic that this guy just stands out in the entire game as one of the most interesting characters you come across. He is a HK hunter killer unit that all they want to do is slay meat bags. That's all he wants to do is kill meat bags at your behest. He follows you through the entire game. You learn more about him. He speaks in such an interesting way where he's like, query, why are you so dumb? Addendum, I figured out that you are really dumb. Conjecture, I don't think you're that dumb. It's such an interesting foil to a character. And what's cool is that he comes back as a secret companion in Knights of the Old Republic 2. Have you got that far?
I don't think I've gotten that far. I did destroy
Sorry.
3 of them though, because they were right up in my grill, and there was nothing I
He
could do about it. But
he's
yeah.
he's in the game. You'll find him
Okay.
and he's in the
Yeah.
game. So you get more HK-47. You know what I mean? He's funny, he's witty, he steals every scene he's in. Uh Especially if you go dark side, he becomes so much more of an interesting character. And on top of that, he is a beast. He is so he's so resilient and like he's so like just like a staple of your core squad. You're the Jedi, which is fine. He's my shoot bang bang guy. I don't usually go with um Atten, or I don't usually go with I've-
Interesting.
I don't I go with HK because he's gonna get stuff done. And
Interesting.
that's my gun guy. Because usually I have two Jedi and a gun guy. He is my gun guy in every single game. And he's one of those characters that I want figures of him. I want more HK-47 because he's so deliciously evil. And he doesn't like He's a robot, so he can't recant. He doesn't have any foibles about it. He's just one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. And Knights of the Old Republic is my favorite Star Wars game of all time. So out of all the characters, even Darth Nihilist, or even you know what I'm saying, like he's my
Because
favorite
I know you're a
character.
big Bastila fan as well, so that's saying something. Because I know you're a
Yeah,
huge Bastila fan.
I love
So,
Bastila. She's one of the most interesting Jedi I think you can see, just from her rise and her fall and her rise again. But
hmm
HK is such a he's so unique. Is that what it is? That's what it is. Is that Star Wars allows droids, which in fiction are usually pretty straightforward, to have personality. You have your C3POs, even nonverbal R2D2 has heaps of personality. And I think this was one of the very first times in Star Wars that you got to see an evil droid. You know what I mean? Like just flat out evil. You know what I mean? Like I can't think earlier than this where
I
you got to
mean,
see like that droid wants to kill outside of like IG-88, but you only
I,
saw him for like a split second.
I was just gonna say, just the probe droid is the only thing we saw that
Yeah.
had like any like malicious intent to it.
And that thing was
To
just kind of
this
like
point,
doing its job. You know, this
right?
guy relishes in like chaos and hunting and like can we kill that meat bag, sir? No. Disappointment. Too bad we can't. We'll save you for later. He's just so cool. Um one of probably my one of my favorite favorite droid in Star Wars history. 1000%.
I think this is super cool pick, man. I would have never have thought HK was gonna make this type of list. And assassin droid, yeah, I think not. But in this case, HK is a cool ass character within this Star Wars universe, and I would imagine that we're going to get some of him somewhere at some point because it seems like too much of a personality to leave on the table now as I'm currently replaying this. Some things I I don't think I had him the first time around, but the second time around I never even considered putting him in the group as the Bang Bang. Like I get him, he's there, he's an HK, but I hadn't considered it. So yeah, we may go ahead and give that a shot in the coming weeks here on the Star Wars Friday Watch This K Twitch channel, where you can
Watch it.
see me play Knights of the Old Republic 2 currently, and sometimes do Star Wars book reviews. But um dude, I think you need a figure of this. You need a 1/6 of
I pray every day
bro, that
for
would look
a die-cast
dope.
HK-47 to put next to my Darth Revan.
Yep.
Hot Toys, if you're listening to the words in my mouth, I'm speaking it into existence. Just give me a die-cast
Yeah.
HK-47. I will love you forever. That's all I want. That's like top 5 Hot Toys I want outside of like Samus from Metroid. You know what I'm saying? Oh, and
Yeah.
he is almost a must for any dark side run because he's a dark side points machine. He's always asking you dumb, evil questions. Like, can we just eradicate these Tusken Raiders? Sure. Dun, 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 dun. And now your smoke starts to show up behind you, bro. You know what I'm talking about. He is just the
I never
best.
did a Dark Side run.
You got to do a
No, I
dark side
know. I never
run.
did a Dark Side run, man.
It's such a different game. It's a completely different game, and he's just
Shut
there
up.
egging. I understand, but just for the sake of completion and just to see the other
Yeah.
side of that equation,
Yeah.
especially
It's
in
fun.
one, especially in two, where you're the tear in the force, you're the wound in the force. He just feeds into it, and he's earned. You can go through that whole game without activating him. You have to earn him in two. But once you get him, my boy's back, baby. I had to do it. And he is my shoot, shoot, bang, bang grenade. Stand in the back and pick people off, and he's razor sharp. He's so dope. He's my boy. A thousand, a
Really
thousand
cool.
years, HK-47.
Good pick. Love the fact that Star Wars made this list. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, absolutely. Here we go. I think we're on number threes now, right?
Number three? Number
Number
three.
three. Watch this number three. Whew. I was
Yeah.
not expecting this.
Dude.
Clementine from the Walking Dead series, Telltale. Talk to me, man. Telltale.
I wasn't expecting it either, to be frankly honest with you. But when our name got thrown down on the paper, it was hard to start picking people over Clementine and this freaking story. You want to know why Clementine's awesome? Because she is surrounded by a bunch of flawed freaking humans. They're just terrible, terrible. Every human she comes in contact with, almost, with the exception of maybe four,
Yeah.
are just we don't want to talk to them in real life. You know what I mean? They are just not good people. So to the Walking Dead series, played one, played two, got wore out by three, watched four many times because I thought that they were just captivating storytelling. That being said, when we talk about video game characters of all time, first, she's in the zombie apocalypse. And
Yeah.
this zombie apocalypse, this is no cakewalk zombie apocalypse. The Walking Dead is not like some cartoon like thing. Like this chick almost dies
Multiple
10,
times.
12 times in this series. She's got zombies right up in her grill. So again, her resiliency, her ability to stand in the face of all types of stupidity and hold a rational try to have a rational conversation with people. Her reluctantness to
Conform to the
well,
world she's around.
yes, yes, to the world, to the environment, to the
Yeah.
situation. It's a full situation, and she probably could use a good long therapy session. You know what I mean? Because Clementine has been through it. And that's one of the reasons she stood out to me. If this had it ended at part two, she wouldn't have made this list, right?
Mhm.
But when we get into part three, where she's not really the focal point, that other dude, Rob, is, and his whole family and their drama that they're going through. But by four, when we get mildish adult Clementine, probably 17-year-old Clementine,
Yeah,
and
16,
she's
17, yeah.
yeah, she's taking care of AJ, she's driving car, she's making decisions about the group, yet to find yourself in just another group of not only awful humans, awful children. She found awful children, like demons children, like Rosemary's Babies type
Yeah.
children. Like, so it's like, for me, um her journey is, it's important because it's interesting. Like The Walking Dead is not a short series. This
No,
is like a 36
goes
hour long series. Oh, did am I
no, I would say it's a
oh,
long series. It's going.
oh yeah,
It just
yeah,
goes
yeah,
and
yeah,
goes and
yeah, yeah,
goes.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So her journey throughout the whole thing kept me captivated, and when I think about video game characters that pop into mind,
Yeah.
like that went through it. She's one on the list, man. And I probably got to watch another 6, 7 hours of The Walking Dead throughout the course of the last few days. She was one who automatically made the list. Like I put her down on the paper, and then I went, oh yeah, Clementine. Yeah, we can't move away from Clementine on the list. And I was also thinking about other female protagonist characters, like a Laura Croft. And
Mhm.
it's like, no, I kind of like Clementine just better. She has more emotional growth and restraint than what
Yeah.
we get to see in a lot of characters that are protagonists.
Before I go into my thoughts, did you watch the series, The Walking Dead TV series?
Only till they made it to the prison, and then I
Yeah,
thought it
only
should
till
have
it got
ended.
bad.
Well,
I think
like it should end at the prison. Like they had a bunch of food. Like, what are we doing? Like,
it
everything's
makes
good.
no
Everybody
logical
just
sense.
mellow. It
How
makes
did
the
how did they mess that up, right?
oh, the
Uh,
zombies got in. What?
get him out. Get him
Like,
out. The fuck?
it's a prison.
Uh, I thought it was such a missed opportunity to not have Clementine show up in the live series somewhere. Just get because she's such and this is my whole deal about these iconic video game characters of these larger franchises that they don't really get any love outside of their genre. You know what I mean? Like Clementine, you know what have made me come back to The Walking Dead? You tell me that Clementine is a side character that just walks into the world. She could be grown for all I care. She could be a kid for all I care. It's just introduce these layered characters. And it's sad that Telltale like games don't really get made anymore. That
Yeah.
whole kind of way of storytelling kind of fizzled out. of being like, no, your decisions have consequences, and this game could be a lot shorter or a lot longer depending on how you react in this world. And Clementine is one of those characters that you literally get to see grow up on screen, right? She's a little defenseless kid, and she's in this horrible nightmare scenario where there's everyone's out to either eat, people are either out to literally eat her or damn near just or just really like uh what's the word I'm looking for? Really just kind of like uh
I
mold
just say
her,
do
you know,
I'd say did do harm. No one was looking out for her best interest or trying to put
outside of
her
what's his face, the main character
to
of the first
yeah,
game.
Lee.
Lee,
Without
outside of Lee.
yeah, no one was like, yeah, why don't you come be a voice in here and be a leader and step up and we'll listen to some of your ideas. No, they're like, yeah, meatbag, go over there, don't die, and
Don't die.
I'm gonna stick a knife in your back.
One
Don't
of my
worry
favorite
about it.
moments of one of my favorite moments of Clementine, which is like such a just one moment explanation of the world we live in, is where she found that dog, and the dog looks all sad and pitiful. She goes to pet the dog, the dog bites the crap out of her to the point where she has to take the dog out. She has this, and through the whole game, she has this wicked bite on her head that now she has to worry about getting infected, death. There's so much that could go into that. It's because she's still kind in an unkind world. And
Yeah.
that's reiterated throughout the entire series until, like you said, to like volume 4, where now she's the badass, right? Now she's in control, but she's still Clementine at heart. It almost reminds me of Lucy in the Fallout series. Like, they're
Mhm.
trying so hard not to let the world mold them, but the world seeps in one way or another. And she's put in these crazy situations where she's still a kid, but at the same time, you can kind of see her becoming more than what she would have been, you know?
You made two valid points that I hadn't really considered. One being the series and how it came out, and we literally waited for this character like
Yes,
we did a like TV series. So when it's like we grew up with Clementine, yeah, it took a long time for these games to come out. That
years.
first season, one, two, three, and four, took like 2 years for that first four to get out. You know what I mean? It was a while. So in some ways we really did grow up with her because we all were like, "Oh shit, uh, we kind of
People
get it."
were
No.
people were emotionally invested in this character.
Yes,
Like, people cared and was worried about Clementine. People forget because we have the memories of Goldfish nowadays. But back in the day, this was like the most important, impactful series in gaming.
in
Everyone
gaming.
was waiting. Everyone
Yeah,
was waiting for the next Walking Dead,
yeah,
right? And we
yeah.
were all worried about our girl Clementine because she was vulnerable. She was young, she was naive, and but that kind of started to drip away as she became older and more powerful and just more aware of the world she was living in.
And the last thing I'll say is, like you bring up a good point when we talk about qualifiers. Any name of these five that I said, if you said that they're going to be in a new project X,
Same here.
I'm going to like be interested in what that is. If they announce Cecil Harvey's in Smash Brothers, I'm gonna go,
Oh, I guess I gotta play Smash,
huh? Really?
right?
That's interesting. Let me see what's going on here, man. I got Excalibur. Like, let's roll. Is Clementine in Smash? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Let me check this out. Let me see what type of gun she's got. So, um, when we talk qualifiers, yeah, it would bring me back to the party. But
1,000%. Like, you tell me that Ryu is gonna be in Tekken. Sure, I'll fire up Tekken. Let's see how he feels, right? Uh Dog meat, we're coming out with a 1/6 scale dog meat. I'm all over it, dog. That's money spent.
and
Just not
and
eating that week, dog.
dog meat in Skyrim. What? All right.
What? Okay. Battle armor. Let's go. My boy's in. That means I'm in. Meat's back on the menu, boys. Number three. Number three. I mean, I mean, God of War series, the Ghost of Sparta himself, Kratos. I think one of the most important newer generation of characters ever. I think he is. When I think PlayStation, I think Kratos, right? He's like up there with Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario as the most influential characters of all time. So many Kratos clones since he was announced. way back in the day. I remember one of my I remember buying God of War on the PS2. Yeah, PS2. And we didn't know what a God of War was. It was a brand new IP. And I was at Electronics Boutique and I was either God of War or Star Wars um Revenge of the Sith episode 3 on the PS2. And I asked the clerk, which one should I get? God of War or Star Wars? He said he was barely paying attention to me. God of War, and put his head back down. I was like, I'll take your advice, nerd. One God of War, please. And ever since then, it was off, dude. God of War 1 is one of the best just designed experiences of all time. Um, over the shoulder view, combos, like the most vicious takedowns ever. Greece. I've always been a big head for Greek mythology. You know, you follow the channel, you know this. First stage, you fight a damn Hydra in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Kratos was such a badass, but what makes him so interesting to me is the evolution of Kratos. You know what I mean? He's gone from a vengeance seeking, warmongering, lustful, just spirit of id. He was just Kratos was not a good guy. He was never a good guy. He was just a spirit of id. He did whatever he wanted to do, and what he wanted was revenge against the gods, and damn sure he got it. But by God of War 2016, we find ourselves with a very different Kratos. Kratos as a father, Kratos as a educator. Like he had to kind of fight back that godly urge to destroy. And when he wanted to be more than what he was, not just for himself, but for his son. And that just touched me because it was like, this is not the same character. They massacred my boy. I was upset. Why is this not the bloodthirsty Ares Kratos? But he's better because as an adult now, I understand he has to kind of quell that anger within him and made him an infinitely more interesting character that he had to where are the blades of where are the blades of chaos? He doesn't want to talk about it. How did he remove them? So many questions at the beginning of 2016 Kratos, 2016 God of War, where it made him beyond a video game character. You mentioned, hey, there's something coming out with Kratos in it. I'm down because you know it's going to be interesting. Hey, they're making a new PlayStation All Stars. You get to play as Kratos. Or they're coming out with a God of War TV series.
Yeah.
I'm all for that because I'm just curious to see what can you show me that I haven't already seen with this character, with this development, with this growth, with this pathos. So yes, Kratos has been there my entire childhood. I've played every single God of War, one, two, three, Blades of Chaos, all the PSP games. You know what I'm saying? The crazy PSP games. So I grew up with Kratos. He's the man. Number three.
I definitely appreciate the pick. I'm not a big God of War head, but I do like the mythology of God of War. And God of War 2 is a freaking fantastic visual spectacle. They
One of the
all are
best games of all
visual,
time.
just visual spectacles. And what I take away from Kratos is really the growth of this character because he really was Ares. I want your head on my pike, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
stare at it for eternity, and
For
that's it.
thousands of years,
A
you
and
know?
that literally is his satisfaction, you know what I
That's
mean?
it.
And he's
Yeah.
not that's it, and he's not that guy anymore, and so, whether they were forced to do that, whether it was creative hand of just going, "You know what? Let's take this character in a new direction." I appreciate it because of the world it's centered in, and I think with my number 2 pick, I'm gonna come back to something that's very similar. As a Greek person, not a Greek, you're black person, but as a Greek mythology fan, as a Greek mythology fan, um, being able to see that universe through a good character is paramount. Being able to
Yeah.
experience that universe, and that's one of the reasons I like God of War 2 is just because I'm just like he's climbing up a guy. Like
He's
what the
climbing up.
f are we doing
It's
right
crazy.
now? Yeah, dude, nuts. So absolutely.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. And even doubling back to 2016, where you're learning more about Norse mythology, right? The mighty Thor. We all know one Thor, and that's Marvel's Thor. We never get to see a different side of Thor. We never get to see a different side of Odin, Heimdall, these Loki for that matter. There's a very different Loki, no spoilers, in the God of War series, you know? And Kratos is that eye into these mythos that you may not be so familiar with. You know what I
I
mean?
haven't beaten it. I've seen it, I've played it, but I never beat it. And I was like, maybe I should play that on stream, but I don't have it on
Yeah.
PS4. So, but we'll
I'm
figure
happy
it
I
out
didn't
though.
spoil it
I'll
for
think
you
about it.
though.
Yeah, no,
I'm
no,
happy I
but
had the
yeah,
forethought. I didn't know you didn't beat it. So I'm
I
happy I had
didn't
the
beat it.
forethought not to spoil it for you. But
Yeah,
yeah, Kratos is the eye into these mythos, and he is a very angry eye, and Gorgon eye for that matter. And his change and his growth, and it's just so important to an growth and change of a gamer. When I was 12, 13 years old, it was cool to cut people in half and rip the eyes out of Medusas and all that fun stuff. And it's still cool to do that in this game, but his motives are different, and he
yeah,
fights against it. Like, just as an adult, you fight against your basic instincts, like you said, like wanting to be a Jedi. You have to fight against the dark side of the Force because it lives within us all. Kratos had to fight that dark side of him to be a better father. You know what I mean? To be a better man, and that depowered him a little bit because he's a god of war. And if you're not
literally.
in this series, if you're not true to your godly nature, you depower, you weaken. You know what I mean? You have to be about what you're about. And he's fighting against it actively, which makes him a extremely layered character, and just one that I'm curious to see where they take him in the future. Because where's I mean, how many other Pantheons can you destroy, bro? There's only like a good two or three more interesting ones. You know what I mean? I'm hearing he's going to Egypt. That's what I'm hearing.
Ah, take on the gods.
Take out like
Gotcha.
Set and you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, Sekhmet and Anubis and all them, but we'll see. He's my number 3, dude. We're at
Number
number 2s already, huh?
number two.
Jeez, number 2.
Number two.
Number 2. I'm extremely surprised of this. Already?
Already.
Number 2 of all time?
Already.
Already?
Already.
Talk to me,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Here's why KFS is hitting this list. Look, get off me, right? I love Star Wars. This character is allowing me to go through Star Wars in a way I have never been able to experience Star Wars before. I've never been able to sit out and play a game of Sabacc and just hang out and chill. I've never been able to bet on the races. I've never been able to get on my booster and like go snipe some Imperial. No, everything's done through Cal Kestis or Knights of the Old Republic, this Jedi story, Derek. Nah, Kay Vess is out here trying to make a buck. She's broke. She's trying to make a name for herself. She's trying to get some of that money. She's trying to get some of that reputation, and she is down to do what needs to get done to get that done. Look, Scoundrels, not my first go-to, but when we're talking about video game characters that I am already addicted to, 20 hours into a game, yeah, this is one on the list. Do I want her in live action? Sure. Do I want another Outlaws 2? Yes. Hell yes. Triplicate. Do I want the Outlaws book? Yes.
It's
Frankly, I
coming out.
think live action, they may just mess it up. You know what I
Right,
mean? They may mess
right.
it up. So it's like, no, we can kind of keep her in like book, video game. She does it good. She does it great. I already put her up there with the scoundrels of the not Han Solo quite yet, but I will
She's up
put
there.
her in a young Lando Calrissian, like as far as just people you want on your side, hired guns. Yeah, man, get K Vesa. So, dude, I'm sorry. I thought about it again.
Wow.
There's a list. There's names that probably should have
She
made it.
beat out.
A bunch of names, and I'm not even done
Woo.
with the game. Don't come at me. I don't want to freaking hear it. You go play the game. You tell me that KFS isn't awesome. That's
I
it.
okay. I'm backing up just to say I am so happy that I bought this game randomly. I had no desire to play this. I heard it was a stinker. I kind of let the yaya of the internet tell me this game wasn't good. And I literally got it on a whim for $30 on sale and was like, I'm just gonna play it because I need to fill time. And it ended up being my game of the year of last year, to the point where I was like, Wash, you have to play this game, dude. because I would not stop talking about it for a few weeks up on here on MOTN. Watch, this is just Star Wars. I kept saying it. This is just Star Wars. And Watch was like, okay, I'll check it out. The next thing you know, about 2 weeks said, Mike, this is just Star Wars. You're just living Star Wars. And Kay Vess is such an interesting character because she kind of falls bass backwards into the world, right? She does this heist where she gets in bad with the Empire. She gets a death mark on her, and now she's on the run. Now you are like Luke Skywalker. You're in. Welcome to the Rebel Alliance, right? You know what I mean? Now you're just a part of it, and Kay Vess just finds herself a part of one of the most unsung sections of Star Wars, which is, like you said, the scoundrels, the the scum of scum and villainy.
Villainy. Yeah,
She's part of
yeah,
those. She's part of that group, and it scratches such an itch that I've always wanted in Star Wars. I want to know what these dudes are talking about. I want to learn more about the Pike and the Huts and the Crimson Dawn and like the grub, like the underbelly of Star Wars. Right? You just don't. It's all light and Jedi and the rebellion and for honor. These dudes want money, bro. They're trying to get. They're robbing people.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They're tricking people. You get to cheat and sabak. It doesn't. You get your money, bro. Get your
yeah.
guns. You get to do smuggling runs in this game. It is so much fun. And she is once again, like Kratos, is a doorway into the view of this side of Star Wars we just don't get.
So is it, does she get boosted because the material boosts her? Yeah, maybe. If so, guess what, world? Make better material. I don't know what to
Right.
say. You know what I mean? Like, trust me, there's a couple of names I wanted to put on the list, but when I think about K Vest, I'm like, oh well, that's fun. That's just
It's
fun.
so it's
That's
so easy
fun.
to mess up an experience like this, right?
Yeah.
Because I hate to say it, you could have had a milk toast Jedi in this game. It would have been the same exact thing you've played your entire life. I love Cal Kestis. That's my boy.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But would he have fit in this game? No. We don't need that for him, right? We've seen the Jedi walk of becoming a farm boy to a Jedi knight. You've seen it. What we haven't seen is a street rat. That's what I called her. She's like Aladdin. She's a street
Yeah.
rat that becomes more than what she was meant to be. And she's honestly one of the more interesting Star Wars characters that I've experienced in the last 10 years. That's why I want her live action. I want her in other things. I want her animated. I want her showing up. She can't be dead. She has to be floating around somewhere. Let her show up in the new Darth Maul series randomly.
She
I just want
could
to see her.
be. Like,
I just
that's
want
her
to,
timeline. Like, let's
yeah,
go.
let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go. K effing. I am so surprised she made it to your number two, bro. You're
Yeah,
not even done
bro.
with the game, dude.
No, no,
That's amazing.
no,
Simply amazing.
no.
This is going to be a bit shifting, so please bear with me, okay? It's going to be a bit jarring. Number two, my number two video game character of all time. Waha! I'm a Luigi. It's Luigi Mario from Super Mario Bros. The quintessential player two,
Yeah.
the original player two. Here's the thing. This is pure nostalgia bait. This is pure my little Mikey short pants. My dad was a very competitive person. Shout outs to Mike Prime. So of course he had controller one. He was Mario, right? Red suit, name of the character. I just wanted to hang out with my dad. Wasn't a player two, Luigi. Yep, green and blue. And I've always loved Luigi. Like I've always loved Luigi other than Mario. I don't know what it is about him. Um, I've played him in every single game that he's been in. Luigi's Mansion just further pulled him away from the lore of Mario. Much like your Ryu and Ken, right? Where Ken originated as a color swap for Ryu and then became Ken Masters, starting getting fire attacks instead of Ryu's pure Hado, more hot headed. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Just more quicker moves, but less impact. Ryu had
mhm,
slower moves, bigger impact. Luigi was not Mario. He started to become very clear that he was different than Mario. Mario was was always kind of like fearless and strong and sure of himself. Gets the girl, defeats Luigi's a damn coward. You know what I mean? He's scared of everything. That's the whole point of Luigi's Mansion. You know what I mean? He's scared of everything, but he's loyal to a T, and he is just solid. He's my favorite Smash Brothers character. I pick Luigi every single game because f you Luigi. Mario Kart, f you Luigi. I'm
Yeah,
picking
there you
Luigi.
go.
You know what I'm
There you
saying? Mario
go.
Party. Why are you on Luigi? Move away from him. I'm picking Luigi. Move. That's my character. Nobody ever wants him except for me. Now you're just trolling. Get off my Luigi. He means so much to me. Like he's one of those I would get tattooed on me. You asked earlier, like, would you get a tattoo of
Yeah,
a character? Put Luigi right on my arm. He represents so much of my personality. Like, yes, I may not be in front of the line, but I am damn, I'm just as strong, or I'm just as capable, but I don't need to be in the spotlight. I'm not Super Mario Bros. I'm Luigi. I'm in the cut. I'm still getting it done. And if you pick me, you could beat the game too. You know what I'm saying? I love Luigi. He means so much to me in my gaming world that anytime, once again, if Luigi shows up in something, they made it Luigi Mansion 3 and put it
yeah.
on the Switch 2. That's a system seller for me. Oh, I need to play my boy. It's Luigi. He's gonna get loose. He's gonna get his little vacuum. It's gonna be tight. Super Mario 2. Another big reason why I love Luigi, because he had the jump that floated in the air when he did the little kicks. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? He got that float. Beat the game with Luigi. That was my boy. He was the best character outside of the float with Princess Peach. He was the second
Yeah.
best character in the game. So yes, he's my number 2 character of all time. 1,000 years Luigi. He's just the best.
I did not honestly see Luigi coming in at number two, so that's interesting to me. Like that's a giant jump for Luigi. I wonder if Luigi would see himself on a number two
No.
list.
You know
Luigi
what?
be like, "Wait, you mean me?"
I'm a number 2. You know why? Because Mario would be number 1.
Yeah, like, all right.
If Mario, he would never be number 1. He's always number 2.
Always number two.
And
Well,
that's okay. And
I
that's
tell you
okay.
what, I do like them. I never did beat Mario Part Two. I never did
Mario
beat
2
it.
is
It's a
hard.
hard ass game.
That's a
Hard
hard
ass
ass
game.
game.
But I do appreciate Luigi's contrast to Mario's nonstop um, heroics. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way. And and I like how you said that he moves differently because every game that they play in, even the original Mario Brothers, which is what I think you're talking about with you and Mike Prime Plan, when you
Yep.
have, you know what I mean? I'm trying to remember it in my head,
Yeah. It's
like
just a
that.
color swap, bro. It's
Just
just a different color. For original Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo, it says player 2 ready, and it's just Luigi. And he's just green and blue. He's just
is
green player.
Is that the one? Is that the early one that came right after Donkey Kong that has the
No,
platforms
you're
where they're
talking about
jumping?
Mario Brothers.
Yes, that's what
And he's in
I'm
that
talking
too.
about.
He's
Yes,
in that
he's in that
too.
too, because that's
Yeah.
my experience, and he plays very differently
Mhm.
from Mario in that game. And I was like, oh, he always has handled a tad
A
bit
lit the slightest bit different than
differently.
Mario.
So, and guys, if you don't know what we're talking about with Mario Brothers, go find a second player and go play that.
Yeah,
That
let's
shit's
go play
fun.
some. Oh my god, like
Shit's fun.
he is such the quintessential video game. When I think video game characters, he pops up because he is my
Yeah.
earliest memory. It's like my earliest memory of having fun playing a video game is with him. I would plug in a second controller even when I was playing by myself, just so I could play as Luigi. That's
That's
crazy
great. That's
because that's my
great.
boy, dude.
I
He's my
never heard
hero.
that. That's great.
He's my hero, man. I love these. Yeah, tattoo all day long. Give me that green and blue, dog. I'm a Luigi. He's my
Luigi.
dog, man. We're on number ones, bro. We're on number ones. We're on number
Yeah.
ones already. Are you ready for your number one, dude? Ready to talk
I
about it?
I am ready for my number one, and yeah, I feel comfortable with my number one. My number one is probably the only one who gets to stay in his position for all time. I'm assuming. I think.
Mass Effect series. You talk about him all the time. Commander Shepard. I was to mess with you. I almost put up Fem Shepard, I knew that
I
would have
thought
messed with you.
I'm like, you didn't put up the black one? Like you put up the white you put up the white guy
Let's see,
anyway.
that's the shepherd, dog. The black
Uh,
shepherd doesn't show up, dog. You're lucky
all
you
right.
didn't get fem shepherd with the red hair. You're
Yeah,
about to
that's
get
fine.
fem shep, dog.
Uh, anyway, yes, my number one, Commander Shepard, Mass Effect. The reason he is my number one video game character is very simply put. The adventure you go on as Shepard with Shepard is just second to none. A, and I'm going to put a caveat there. Maybe it was just that time in gaming. I don't know
It's a
if
good
you
time in
play
gaming.
those if you play those 3 games today, like do they hold up as far as the story? I have no idea with fresh eyes. I can say at that point in time in gaming in my life, Mass Effect 1, 2 and 3, my mouth was open the entire damn time. I was making decisions as Shepard the entire damn time. We are talking about extinction level threat and
Thanks.
stakes, baby. And Shepard's like, "You want me to do this? Really? Fine, fine,
Fine.
fine. I'll
That's
go. I'll do this. We'll see what happens." The reluctant freaking hero that ends up saving the day, depending on how it all worked out for you at the end of your games and whatnot. But for me, it simply comes down to the stakes that are involved, my time spent as Commander Shepard. If you tell me Mass Effect 5 with Commander Shepard, guess who's going to buy Mass Effect 5? If
easy.
you tell me Mass Effect 5 without Commander Shepard, I'm waiting to see what I'm going to get. Okay? This is
Mhm.
just the this is how we're playing with this. So for me, it was a fairly easy decision just because of the pure freaking epicness of almost every moment within the games. I'm
Yeah.
talking from battle and the way it transitions, the way you are just Shepard throughout the whole thing, the politics of it all, the
Mhm.
romance, the fighting, and you were playing as Shepard, and that's an experience that BioWare was able to pull off. I don't think they've been able to pull it off since because
Ever
we don't
since.
have, yeah, like they it was like magic in a bottle, that type of thing that they got with Shepard. So for me, he is the number one of one. You know, we can talk about, are there more legendary characters? Are there more iconic
Maybe. Maybe.
characters? You know what I
Right?
mean? And there, yes, we can have that conversation. But as far as my top video game character goes, like, no, bro, let me. Shepard's got a mission.
Yeah.
In. Let's go right now. So,
Uh,
yeah.
you talk about moments in time, right? You talk about special games, and you only experience a couple of the handful of those in your lifetime. A special game, right? I remember Mass Effect 1, I think it was Xbox 360. Am I tripping? Or it wasn't on
Yeah,
original Xbox
yeah,
360, right?
360. Yeah.
And Commander Shepard was the very first character that I got emotionally invested in because you can make your own Shepard. And what cool thing is that you can carry that Shepard throughout the entire series. So it's your Shepard. And he upgrades with the system. So when Mass Effect 2 came out, one of the best games of all time, it was you can import your Shepherd, not this guy. The guy you created back in one, he looks better now. He has upgraded graphics, and this your guy. You get emotionally attached to the world of Mass Effect, which I call equal parts Star Wars, equal parts Star Trek. You know what I mean? In that world that is clinical but dirty. The stakes were never higher. Your character being reluctantly thrown into this situation, becoming a specter, I think is what they were called. The
Spectre.
o-
Yep.
the only human specter ever, because specters were these, galaxy clad badasses that were nigh unstoppable and had all the power and all of the effect he had a mass effect in the world, and you were the very first human shepherd because you're so cool. I mean, the human specter because you're so cool, and the just interactions with different races, not to mention the way that he had to kind of like he had to kind of convince everyone what was going on because a lot of the first two games are spent convincing that there is a real threat because everybody's like, oh
Yeah, dude.
nah. He has to convince the council that no man, these things, the Reapers are real, and I'm like getting visions and stuff. No man, that's just some psionics nonsense. We're fine. We're
And they
fine.
put him there.
Yeah,
And they put him there. They made him take the damn job, and then they
yeah,
wouldn't listen to the man. And it's like,
at all. The first two games are you convincing them that this is a problem, and by Mass Effect 3, there's a Reaper landing in London,
big problem.
right? Big problem.
Big
Things are
problem.
going wrong real bad.
Yes. Yes.
And you, as Shepard, have to fix the problem. One of the first games you get to romance characters. That was big for young Mikey Short Pants. You know what I mean? Get to and it wasn't a quick thing. You had to romantic character throughout the entire game, and you may get to the point where they love you, and it changes everything. This was a very mature game. You know what I mean? With stakes and like you got the force. You got to use the force in this game, which didn't help. You got telekinesis, you got stats, you got status effects. It just wasn't shoot, shoot, bang, bang. You
Bro,
know,
you had a cool crew. You were the leader,
you were
calling
the
the
leader.
shots. BioWare did a fantastic job with this game. I don't know how they continued to like, well, here's this script.
BioShock, BioShock, BioWare was untouchable for a while because, mind you, BioWare. This is the second time BioWare is on this list because Knights of the Old Republic is a
Oh yeah,
BioWare game,
yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying? So they were
yeah.
untouchable in my eyes. You know what I mean? Like, damn, these guys really know what they're doing. Sadly, they got bought out by EA. Such is the way of life. But this was definitely one of those games where by Mass Effect 3, I was so excited to play as my Shepard. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, this is my character that I've been nurturing and cultivating my entire young life. And now that I'm on Xbox One, I get to beat the game. I get to beat all of it with my Shepard. It's a pretty dope experience. Oh man, number one. Number one. This is probably gonna shock you, but it's my number one. John Marston,
What?
Red
I
Dead
didn't even know you played
Redemption.
the games. What? 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 All the time I'm like, fire up Red Dead 2. No, man, 100
No, no,
gigs.
no, 100 gigs. 100
Yeah.
gigs.
All
Here's the
right.
thing, Doug. John Marston. I I played Rockstar casually as a kid. Wasn't really big into Grand Theft Auto 3. Didn't play Bully, right? Didn't play Manhunt. Played a little bit of Vice City, played a little bit of San Andreas. Was never really big into Rockstar. Didn't understand the hype until Red Dead Redemption came out. And I played this game and 100%ed it about 7 or 8 times. This is I earlier I talked about special games, right? Like games that come around and just mold your personality, you know what I mean? And Red Dead Redemption was that game for me, like, Undead Nightmare, where you get to play as zombie John Marston was such a cool experience, and just the story of this character was, I think, one of the earliest times where I actually, like, was upset about and was so invested into a character. John Marston is one of the most interesting video game characters of all time. He's so layered. He's so gruff. He got that raspy voice. You know what I'm saying? He sounds like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Um, the game mechanics were so real back then. You know what I mean? And it's just the gameplay loop was so solid. You're a former outlaw. It's a turn of the century. The Wild West is getting tamed. You know what I mean? And your character's trying to be a better man, but the government literally screws him and says, "No, we need you to hunt your former gang members. Otherwise, it's going to jeopardize the health and wealth of your family." It's put in a precarious situation. So now you're going across the Wild West to redeem yourself in the eyes of the new world, and it turns out the way it turns out. This is one of the very first characters that made me like understand the weight of decisions. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like understand the weight of repercussions. Man, the ride going into Mexico for the first time, going down the river, and and the music kicks in at the very best time. I listen to that when I work out, dog. That and I know the
that's
only
funny. That's
is that
funny.
I
I didn't.
need. It brings me to tears, dog. It's so it's so impactful, dog. It's so good, and his character has always stuck with me. And he was funny, he was furious, and it was just nonstop fun. I play, I want to go back and play it again, dude. I want to go back and play it again. And you mentioned earlier, uh, about okay, Fall Mass Effect 5 comes out and it's not Shepard. I have to see what it's about, right? I felt the exact same way about Red Dead Redemption 2. It's not Marston. I don't know. It's not my boy. I don't know because he was that important as a character to me that I was like, I just want to play as my guy. And I knew I couldn't because of the way the game goes, but it was just one of those characters that I felt like I matured playing this game. Is that weird? Like I felt like
No,
I learned more about myself and learned more about responsibility and learned more about like the way of the world and how it can screw you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is such an important game to me. And those who were in my life knew I was playing this game religiously. I would just run around and do stuff, be on horseback, get new horses, you know, use Deadeye and shoot and play poker. I learned how to play poker playing this game. Dead ass. I didn't know. I was, I know how to play Midwest. I know how to play Gin Rummy. I didn't know how to play poker. This game taught me how to play poker. Important game to
here's
me.
like this game is fantastic, and it came out at an important time. Like it was right after San Andreas, right before
Yep.
Vice City, so it was something that was above San Andreas, which was taking place in a this
Urban.
Wild West that
Yeah.
none of us were really prepared for, and then we got it.
No.
We were riding around on horses, and we're like, this is freaking kind of cool. You know what I mean? And so the cast of characters that's in Red Dead Redemption
It's also
also is
the cast is
the
crazy.
cast is fantastic. Um, the thing I guess that surprises me is yes, you really do need to play Red Dead Redemption 2.
I don't. It's not
Yes.
my boy. I know he's in
And
it. I know he's in it.
and
It's just
they did what I will say is they absolutely did kind of do John Marston wrong in like his portrayal coming out of Red Dead 1. That said, Arthur Morgan as a protagonist, he is he was written down like he was written down like I think Mike I didn't know. I had if I had
yeah.
known that this was your one, I would have been
I
badgering you way
I
harder
love,
to get into
love,
this thing. But
love.
yeah, no, I think
You
it's something
know,
you need to do. And
it's one of
John's there, man.
I know he's there. It's one of those
He's
things where
there.
growing up, my dad was really big into the spaghetti westerns.
Yeah,
It was Emilio, Mangione. It was For a Few Dollars More. It was, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, Clint Eastwood, all that. So I've always had an appreciation of the West. Maybe watch Bonanza. You know what I'm saying? I always had an appreciation of the West, but there's not much Western representation in video games. We don't get it often. The West,
Sunset
right?
Riders.
Sunset Riders, dude. That was about it. That's all you got. So when this game came out, it kind of scratched that in the back of my brain itch of cowboys and Native Americans and the Wild West you know, and he never stopped being he never stopped being interesting. It never stopped on the gameplay never stopped being
Yeah.
interesting. The gameplay grew with you. You know what I mean? And much like a Fallout, it's an open world. You got to do whatever you want. I can do anything but the main story and just eat the entire world. I want to go around and hunt cougars so I can make skins to make this sick outfit for John Marston. That's what I'm going to do for the afternoon. I'm going to go get my ass beat by cougars that are just going to pounce on me and jack me up. Oh, I got to hunt grizzly bears to get this certain gun. Oh, okay. I'm going to die to grizzly bears for a while. I'm not even going to entertain the main story. Hours wasted, spent
Yeah.
on this beautiful, 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 beautiful game. Thinking about it now just makes me well up. It's just number one. It's like I had to sit there and think like, no, it's John. John is the most important video game character. John, such a good game.
Wow. No idea. Shocked. I do need
It's
you to
just
play Red Dead Redemption
it's
2 though.
something I just know.
I really do.
It just you don't get to, I know.
I
It's
really
one of
do.
those. It's up there. It's up there with like Cyberpunk 2077
It,
as like games that are like I'm actively avoiding. But I know
everything
once
you like in this game they did in part 2, but it's done so much better and so much more mind-blowing and so much more holy shit, really? Like
you
what?
know what it
I
is?
dude, it's 100 gigs. I know.
It's hard, man. It's still 100 gigs for Christ's sake.
Shit, it might be 105
It might be
now.
105 now with downloadable content,
Yeah.
but it's just one of those things where it's like you're a Bulls fan, but you never really can get over Jordan. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we got Derrick Rose over here. He's the future. I
Yeah.
know. It's not Jordan, man. It's one of the things that I'm going to get around to. One day they'll make it small enough and manageable enough where I can download it without any reprisals. 100 damn gigs. Um,
I'm
but
camping outside tonight.
we're camping outside tonight. Oh god, yeah. Number one with a
Like it.
bullet, unmovable. Special character, special game. It's just I don't know what to tell you. He's the
I
man.
like it.
That will bring us to the end of our MOTN top 10 video game characters of all time. Watch, what are your final thoughts? What are your thoughts about our lists, our 10?
That is a fascinating conversation. A fascinating conversation. Like I am going to go away with many thoughts. I definitely do want to play some God of War now.
Yes.
Um,
Oh god, yes.
you're making me question my K Vest decision, but I'm sticking by it.
No.
So
That's so you know
whatever.
what's I'm happy. I'm the happiest choice on this list is KVS for me
Oh, she earned it.
because she earned it and there's a high chance you would have never experienced this character without my help. And that's not even to be like it's I created. No, it's I got to share this experience with you, and you enjoyed it as much, if not more, than I did. And that's a
I refuse
blessing,
to
dude.
play it
It's
because
a
I know
blessing.
it's just going to suck my life, and I'm going to
Yeah.
get upset when I have to put the controller down. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just better off not playing that till I have
Until you have
a
time, right?
block of time. You know what I mean? It's not like 2 hours. 2 hours for any other game is more than enough. More than enough. No, nope. KVS Outlaws. I am in, and I'm in for a while.
You're really making me want to go back and play those old FFs, man. One, two, three,
Oh,
four.
dude, check out
They're this big. You can just download them, dog. You can
yeah,
just go
and
through them.
yeah, and
They're
check out the
so
ones coming
good.
out in Game Pass because they redid them, I guess. So, like,
They HD'd them up. They remastered them, right? They look
yeah,
better than ever.
all the pixels and
Oh,
whatnot. But I think, dude, Final Fantasy 2 is dope. In fact, if it wasn't so damn long, I'd be playing it now. Actually, I may download that on my phone. That may be something I'd put on my phone just to pick up and if I can
yeah.
save quickly
I'm
enough.
sure I could
So,
play 2 on my phone. I'm sure
yeah.
I could play 2 on my phone. One thing I will say I find interesting, and it's a testament to this series' like excellent games, is that we both, without talking to each other, have Star Wars characters as true Star Wars games that aren't tied to a the popular side of Star Wars. We didn't put Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader on our list. We put two relatively unknown Star Wars characters as our favorites of something.
In
Top 5.
all of
All of
all
all of
games, like
games. Think about that, mind you.
yeah,
That is a testament to how good Star Wars games are, just general. That's one of the franchises I stand by to say I think Star Wars may have the best like gaming franchise that is based off of an existing source material, like ever. Like you want to talk Batman, you want to talk Harry Potter, you want to talk anything older than
hey,
that. It's
I'd give you
the
that.
Star Wars games have been consistently good since the Atari.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah,
I
bro. Yeah,
mean,
I'll give you that.
where's Find the Lie? I mean, Super Empire Strikes Back on the Super
No,
Nintendo, bro. Rogue Squadron on the N64. Pod racing, dude. It's just the games keep coming. Star Wars Battlefront was a movement for like
yeah,
5, 10 years.
Bro, they had the real time strategy game, which is goaded. Empire at War, like
Empire at
freaking
War.
yeah, bro, like
Dark Forces on the PC. Remember Star Wars Dark Forces?
Jedi Academy,
Jedi
like
Academy too, dude. I'm telling you,
long list of
Star
games.
Wars have consistently had strong games. I don't know what it is. Lucas Arts. It's just they're the Lucas Arts is what keeps their eye on the ball, man. That's why anytime a Star Wars game is announced, I gotta have to brace my head because it may be a stinker. They're not all great. I'm not gonna say that they're all great, but
And it may not come out, but
and it,
if it
and it
does
just
come out,
may not come out. It'll be great. It may be
you
great.
got a shot. You
You got a
got a
shot.
shot.
You at least have a shot.
Hell, they did that damn game, the freaking phone game that I was playing with the freaking new kids, the Hunters
Yeah,
game.
the
That game
Hunters
was
game.
dope until they shut
You
it
were
down.
addicted to
I was
that,
like,
right?
"What? This
Come
game
on.
is awesome."
Why?
No.
We had a good thing going.
Anyway,
With that, we reached the end of our episode MOTN Top 10. If you like this content, please remember to like our content on all of the platforms, on Spotify, on YouTube. My brain is frying, Doug. Too much Star Wars. Subscribe, subscribe to the channel so
as
that you
we're
know when.
watching,
I'm like HK47. I'm starting to malfunction, dog.
uh,
I need a new cerebral capacitor. And comment what characters did we miss off? I know we missed a lot of y'all characters, man. There's one guy on there who's screaming about Bubsy right now. God damn you guys! Where's
yeah.
Bubsy? Where's Kid Chameleon? Like, relax, Doug. Where's Kid Chameleon? With that, I've been, of course, your host, Mike G, Master of the Nerdiverse. He has been your host, Wash, Master of the Nerdiverse. We are the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast. And with that, I will tell you, MOTN out. Take care, everybody.